On June 4, 1983, the small town of Chino Hills, California, was shaken by a horrific crime that would leave an indelible mark on the community. Doug and Peggy Ritson, their 10-year-old daughter Jessica, and neighbor Christopher Hughes, 11, were found brutally murdered in their home, a scene that shocked even the most seasoned investigators. The crime scene was gruesome, with evidence of a frenzied attack that left the house in disarray and the victims with multiple injuries. Suspicion quickly fell upon Kevin Cooper, an escaped convict from a nearby prison, who had a history of violent behavior and was believed to be hiding in the area. Found guilty after a highly publicized trial, Cooper was sentenced to death, a verdict that brought a sense of closure to some but raised questions for others. Cooper, however, has always maintained his innocence, claiming he was framed for the murders by a system eager to find a quick resolution. His case has become a lightning rod for debate about racial bias, police misconduct, and the death penalty, drawing attention from activists and legal experts alike. The prosecution's case relied heavily on circumstantial evidence and eyewitness testimony, which many argue was flawed and unreliable, leading to a conviction that remains controversial to this day. From the outset, Cooper's defense team pointed to inconsistencies in the evidence and raised serious concerns about the investigation. They alleged that key evidence was mishandled or even planted by investigators, potentially implicating Cooper to protect the real perpetrators. The defense also highlighted the fact that Cooper is black and the victims were white, in a county with a history of racial tension. The specter of racial bias hung heavy over the case, further fueled by allegations of witness coercion and dubious testimony. Some witnesses claimed they were pressured by law enforcement to identify Cooper, while others later recanted their statements. These claims, combined with the seemingly mishandled evidence, cast a long shadow of doubt over Cooper's conviction. Enter Kamala Harris, then the newly elected Attorney General of California. As the state's top law enforcement official, Harris had a duty to uphold the law and ensure justice was served. However, she also inherited a complex and controversial case in Kevin Cooper. Harris initially resisted calls for new DNA testing in Cooper's case, a position that drew both praise and criticism. Her supporters argued that she was simply upholding the law and respecting the judicial process that had already unfolded. They pointed to the multiple appeals that had already been heard and rejected by various courts. Overturning a conviction, even in the face of public pressure, required substantial new evidence, which at the time seemed lacking. Harris's initial reluctance to pursue further DNA testing can also be understood in the context of legal precedents and resource allocation. Granting every convicted person's request for additional DNA analysis, even decades after their trials, could overwhelm the already burdened criminal justice system. It would also set a potentially problematic precedent, potentially opening the floodgates for countless similar requests. Furthermore, DNA evidence, while powerful, is not a magic bullet. It must be carefully collected, analyzed, and interpreted within the context of all other evidence. Harris, like any responsible prosecutor, needed to weigh the potential benefits of new testing against the cost, feasibility, and the risk of creating false hope. Section 5. A shifting tide. Voices demanding justice. However, the tide of public opinion was turning. Cooper's case garnered increasing attention from civil rights activists, legal scholars, and media outlets. Documentaries, news reports, and investigative pieces highlighted the inconsistencies in the case and presented compelling arguments for Cooper's innocence. The more people learned about the case, the louder the calls for justice became. Celebrities, politicians, and even some of the jurors who convicted Cooper expressed doubts about the verdict. This growing chorus of voices demanding a fresh look at the evidence put increasing pressure on Harris to reconsider her position. Section 6. The evolution of forensic science. Simultaneously, forensic science was undergoing a revolution. DNA technology, in its relative infancy during Cooper's original trial, had advanced significantly. New techniques allowed for the analysis of smaller and more degraded samples, potentially unlocking crucial evidence that was previously inaccessible. This rapid evolution of DNA technology made it possible to re-examine old cases with fresh eyes and unearth new insights that could either solidify convictions or, as in Cooper's case, cast serious doubt on their validity. The potential for DNA evidence to reveal miscarriages of justice became increasingly difficult to ignore. Section 7. A change of heart. Harris embraces DNA evidence. In the face of mounting evidence, public pressure, and advancements in DNA technology, Harris eventually reversed her position. In 2018, she announced her support for comprehensive DNA testing in Cooper's case, a significant victory for Cooper's legal team and advocates for justice reform. Harris's decision to support further DNA testing was a testament to her willingness to reevaluate her stance as new information emerged. It also underscored the crucial role of public advocacy and media scrutiny in holding elected officials accountable and pushing for a more just legal system. Section 8. Justice delayed, justice denied. While Harris's change of heart was a significant development, it also raised uncomfortable questions about the years of legal battles and the human cost of delayed justice. The emotional and financial toll on families, the strain on relationships, and the psychological impact on those awaiting their fate cannot be overstated. Cooper, meanwhile, remained on death row, his fate hanging in the balance. Each passing day added to the uncertainty and fear, not just for him, but for his loved ones as well. The long wait for answers, for a chance to potentially prove his innocence, underscored the often agonizingly slow pace of the legal system. The endless paperwork, the numerous appeals, and the constant delays can make the pursuit of justice feel like an insurmountable challenge. The Cooper case, regardless of its ultimate outcome, serves as a stark reminder that justice delayed can sometimes feel like justice denied. It brings to light the critical need for timely resolutions in the justice system to prevent prolonged suffering. It highlights the need for a system that can adapt to new evidence and evolving scientific capabilities to ensure that convictions are based on the most accurate and reliable information available. Only then can we hope to achieve true justice for all involved. Section 9. The Power of Reassessment, Evolving with the Times. Harris's journey on the Cooper case, from initial resistance to eventual support for DNA testing, highlights the importance of flexibility and open-mindedness in legal decision-making. It demonstrates that even strongly held beliefs should be open to reassessment as new information and perspectives come to light. In a rapidly evolving world, where scientific advancements constantly challenge our understanding of the past, the ability to adapt and evolve is crucial, especially for those in positions of power. Clinging to outdated information or resisting new evidence not only hinders justice, but also erodes public trust in the legal system. Section 10. A Call for Reform, Ensuring Justice for All. The Kevin Cooper case, with its complex web of legal arguments, racial dynamics, and evolving forensic science, serves as a microcosm of the ongoing debate about criminal justice reform in America. This case highlights the intricate layers of the legal system, where each decision can have profound implications on an individual's life. It underscores the need for a system that is not only just but also adaptable to new scientific advancements and societal changes. It compels us to confront uncomfortable truths about racial bias, the fallibility of eyewitness testimony, and the potentially devastating consequences of wrongful convictions. These issues are not just theoretical. They have real-world impacts that can destroy lives and erode public trust in the justice system. Addressing these problems requires a multifaceted approach, including better training for law enforcement, more rigorous standards for forensic evidence, and a commitment to transparency and accountability. Ultimately, the pursuit of justice requires a commitment to truth-seeking, a willingness to correct past mistakes, and a dedication to ensuring that everyone, regardless of race, socioeconomic status, or the severity of the accusations against them, has access to a fair and impartial legal system. This means providing adequate legal representation for all, investing in community-based programs that address the root causes of crime, and fostering a culture of fairness and equity within the judicial system. The Kevin Cooper case, with all its complexities, serves as a potent reminder of this ongoing quest for a more just and equitable society. It challenges us to reflect on our values and to take actionable steps towards creating a legal system that truly serves all its citizens, ensuring that justice is not just an ideal, but a reality for everyone.